everyone, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We finally got the silver car with the ESS out to the drag strip in Bowling Green. But first, a few of you took a few guesses on my dyno video. Now, on the dyno video, if you haven't watched it, go right here. But spoiler alert, we put down 636 to the wheel on a Dynojet dyno with the 125 pulley on 93. Now, the car, as it sets, is completely stock aside from the booster pump, the injectors, and the supercharger kit. Stock headers, cats, exhaust, everything. When we took it out to the drag strip, we did have it on the weld wheels in the rear, but we had the stock 19s in the front. But we took it out there and we made a hit. So we're gonna get to that real quick, but stick around because some of you might pick up what happened in the video going down a drag strip. If not, I'll go over that and we'll kind of talk about it. So let's go. All right, guys, here we go. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, so 1095 at 133. So there you go. That car is doing really good on the back half. Really good. It was hold on, 186 60 foot. It's not the greatest 60 foot, but still. But we did 1095 at 133 mile per hour. All right, so guys, just to tell you where we're at, the DA, we are at 1796 DA here at Bowling Green. So 1796 is, what app is this?
This one, Drag Racing Weather.
Drag Racing Weather. There's another one I usually use, but that's probably accurate. 1796 DA. So I want to be fully transparent in what we're doing out here. So not the greatest, but not the worst either. All right, guys, we're going to see if we can get one more pass in. See if it'll hook and go, and try to drop that 60 foot down. That 60 foot mile per hour is 133. It's a good mile per hour. At 60 foot, something to be desired though. So, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Let me see, track apps. Yep. I think they're maybe not. Nope. Never mind.
Hang on, ask him.
No.
Oh, he called it?
Yeah, they called it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they wasn't supposed to close till 11, but you know, that's just it's not busy out here. They're probably all wanting to get home.
One more pass.
Well, it's all good. All right, guys, as you see, we ran 10. You're wanting to do it so bad.
So bad.
He's wanting to do it so bad, and I won't let him.
You owe me a 10-second car.
That's so cheesy.
Have you met me?
I'm just messing around. Anyway, guys, that's probably gonna go like in the bloopers or something. I don't know where I'm gonna put that. But anyway, guys, we ran 1095 at 133. 133 mile per hour is usually good for a 10.5-ish car. My Whipple car ran 10.5 at 133. So the car was absolutely moving. Now, if you caught it in the video, good job, because I thought something had happened just a split second, but I wasn't quite sure. But I do video all my runs, not just for YouTube, but for me, so I can see what's happening on the dash, see the RPMs, everything on the dash, and then I data log. What that does is, if something goes on that we suspect, we can actually go back and look at it. Now, it ran a 1095 at 133, and a lot of people thought it was gonna run 11.2 at like 120s. So I think the car actually surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect 133 out of a 125 pulley, but I haven't ran any ESS cars either. So that's the main reason we wanted to get this kit, to be able to run it and be able to share with you guys what it will do. Some of you already know, but you know, the car is a full weight car. I mean, there's literally nothing done to the car. So to run 133 and 125 millimeter pulley with no weight taken out, with stock header, stock exhaust, I was kind of impressed by it. It did better than I thought. Now, however, the 1095, let's get to that. So I had a 186 60 foot. That left something to be desired. But it usually takes a few runs trying different RPMs to find out what the car likes out of the hole to be able to get it to launch and get your 60 foot down. So we're going to pick up some ET there. But, however, if you noticed on the first shift, so what happened was, on the first shift, it went to second and it kind of spun a little bit. And you notice inside the car, car kind of did this and kind of tossed me. I come off the throttle a little bit. As soon as I realized I came off the throttle a little bit, I stabbed it again. But however, that little bit of brief time of it shifting, spinning, me lifting just a tad, and then going back on it, what the car did was the car let itself go from second to third real fast. So if you watch the video, I'll slow it down right here. Now, if you're watching, we're going down. Now we're shifting. If you watch right about there, it stops and it's going into second gear right there. And that's when it spins just a tad and kicks. Well, then I come off the throttle a little bit. Actually, according to the data log, 70% throttle. And then if you watch right here, it goes ahead and it shifts into third gear. So I was only in second for a brief second, and then it went into third gear, which did hurt the run a little bit. I'm not sure quite how much, but I would assume a tenth. I would assume about a tenth, you know, but we're bench racing, but at the same time, I'm going off the mile per hour. 133 mile per hour is good, depending on the 60 foot. I'd say between a 10.5 to a 10.6-ish, 10.7. So what I'm expecting to happen, we are going to take it back out to the drag strip on the 125 pulley and go out there. So now let's talk about why I didn't get the one pass. So we went to leave. It was getting a little late. We knew the testing tune was from 6 to 11. We called Bowling Green as we was leaving, and we asked them, you know, are you running 6 to 11 tonight? And they're like, yeah, running 6 to 11. So I was like, all right, we're gonna get there about 8 o'clock. By the time we get the wheel switched over, we should be ready about 9 o'clock to make our first hit. Let 30 minutes in between hits. We should be able to get about 3 to 4 hits easy before 11 o'clock. Well, we get up there and we make our first hit at 9 o'clock, and then we let it cool down a little bit. We went to go make a second hit at 9:30, and as you can see in the video, they already shut down the track. It is what it is, guys. It did aggravate me a little bit. You travel 2.5 hours, but at the same time, I wish I could have got down there a little earlier. Just a lot of things happened Saturday. I had a customer drop off a car, and I had some other stuff going on, and the track is a little over 2.5 hours away. So a lot of you guys asked me, Ken, why don't you run the quarter mile? And this is the prime reason why, because I have a local 8th mile track here, and we have Jake's, which is about an hour, a little over an hour away from us. Memphis closed down, which is our closest quarter mile. So literally you got Steele, which is 2.5, 3 hours away. Or Bowling Green, which is a 2.5-ish, a little more of 2.5-ish away.
And then the next nearest one's either going to be Atlanta or St. Louis.
Yeah, so it's a haul for me to get to a quarter mile, but we're going to do the quarter mile testing on this car. You will see some 8th mile runs, because there's going to be times I want to go to the drag strip, I want to have fun at the drag strip, and I'm going to take it to a local 8th mile track. But for testing purposes, I want to get you guys quarter mile runs. So what does that mean? Well, I was hoping for at least one good solid hit all the way down, everything you know, going great. I mean, your first pass down the track in the car is not always going to be your fastest. So the fact that we ran a 1095 at 133, and that's not even our fastest pass, that's actually going to probably be the slowest pass that thing will make. We were in almost 1800 DA. Now it is going to warm up over summer, but by then I'll be on E85, so it's.
We'll see. And on top of that too, we even looked at it. Of course, did you show them your time slip on the video?
Yeah, it's on the video.
I mean, you see it 7.2 in the 8th mile. But the thing is, though, your car is back half.
Well, the reason being, you gotta look the 60 foot,
the spin,
the 60 foot, and then when it went, I should have never lifted. I don't know. When a car twitches, you know, I haven't ran one of those cars in a while, and when it twitched, I instinctively just come off the throttle just a little bit. According to that log, 70% throttle.
And you did it to me when I first bought the blue car, put the drag pack on. He told me it's gonna kick. He said, "Stay in it." I said,
"Well, it does."
And you let out of it.
Well, I didn't let it all the way out.
I know, but
I mean, if you watch the video, you can barely tell it. If it wouldn't have been for the video slowing it down and the data log showing it, actually, Daryl's the one when I see on the video. He's like, "Hey, you know, I was like, yeah, it did. It went. He knew why, because he seen on the data log I lifted a little bit, and what they did was the transmission went ahead and said, okay, I'll go to third. If I would have never lifted, it would have stayed in second. But anyway, guys, I just want to kind of share that with you. The car did better than I expected. I'm very impressed. I do want to go back. Now, when I go back, we're going to take the 120 pulley with us so we can test the 125 and the 120, and that's going to be good because we get to test it the same day. So we actually see what the pulley will pick up on the same day. I'm looking forward to that.
And also, we're going to go ahead and put my full drag pack on your car.
Yeah, it's going to be a full drag pack when we go back out instead of the stock front runners and then the drag pack in the rear. So we'll be on a full drag pack when we go back out. Might not be matching, but it is what it is.
Put the welds on.
Well, you got 20-inch fronts. I'm not running those things. I might as well run my stocks.
You got to be a baller.
Might as well be on stocks. I'll run my stocks. Anyway, guys. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just felt like it needed some explaining. I mean, the car did better than I thought, and it did better than a lot of you thought, because when we went on the dyno, we did 636, and you guys said it would be, you know, 11.2, around that area, and it went 1095, not the best it can do, and I'm very impressed. At 133, the mile per hour does not lie. Like I say when we put the cars on the dyno, the mile per hour, the track speed is the true story of what it actually puts down to the wheels. And if 636 does a 133, that 10R80 is doing work. I know my Whipple car was 680, 689 and went 133.
I still just trips me out to this day. That 20 years ago, to run the time and the mile per hour you would have had to have dropped 20 plus grand into, whether it was a Camaro.
Well, I mean, you could have did it with nitrous. You could have did it with something.
But even then, but the amount of money for suspension and everything else, and yet literally you're taking a brand new car, blower, injectors, boost pump. Let's go.
I mean, literally. I mean, the car. Literally. I mean, that's what impressed me was 133 mile per hour, and I haven't ran an ESS. I've always been a positive displacement type of guy. I've ran twin turbos, but I've always loved positive displacement blowers because they launch off those things and they get you down the track. But when that ESS came in, it was
if you watched a video,
it was on a mission.
If you watched a video like I recorded from midway in the stands, dude, you can see you launch, and as it gets wound up, you see it keep rearing up.
Yeah,
in the video. It
did very well. So guys, I'm very impressed with the ESS. My first impressions at the Dragstrip was very impressed with it for a 125 pulley on a full weight. Like I said, guys, the car, literally, there's nothing else done to it. If you went to the showroom floor, which what we did, bought a brand new car through an ESS kit with injectors and a booster pump and a rear set of drag wheels and everything else stock, full interior, and go run it, that's what we did. And that's what I wanted to do, and that's why I wanted to bring you guys and show you guys, because a lot of people will take weight out, and there's nothing wrong with that, because we will be doing that a little bit in the future, but that's once we get done all our testing. Anyway, guys, I don't want to ramble on. I don't know how long this video is. Probably going to get cut up a lot. Probably. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think, what it's going to do on a full out good pass down the drag strip. I've got my thoughts on what I think it's going to do. You guys let me know down in the comments. But guys, we'll see you next time. All right, guys, really quick. We have been doing a ton of ESS cars, talking about my car with ESS. We've been doing a ton of ESS cars, and this is just one of the latest cars that we have done. We did one last week, and then we had another
1 week before that.
And 1 week before. We've been doing them nonstop. Very great, good kit, but we got a fuel system and everything going on this car. But yeah, guys, so we are moving these out, and I'm going to have a sale coming up very shortly. So stay tuned. I'm going to have a sale coming up very shortly with a full out install package, installed everything ESS, and I'll be doing that shortly. So keep an eye out on our website, hprautomotive.com.